Alright, so here we are. And here is the fridge. Okay, well organized. Some Carb Master yogurt. Heavy whipping cream, which I will need right now. Look at them stats right there. Not entirely accurate. Bacon, meat, soda. Not much here. Not much here. Don't look at that. Don't look at that. Okay. Making coffee. Fuck. So, yogurt. Worst part about having a mustache or a beard, things that most people take for granted eating, like ice cream, yogurt, turkey legs, anything that is slightly messy, gets caught up in there, and it's annoying. So, take it from me. It's worth it, but it's annoying. Just a little bit. Don't need all that fat. Yes, you do. That is good for you. I don't have anything to stir it with. Yes, I do. It's a fork. The Hell Fudge Show. Welcome back. Welcome to the Hell Fudge channel.
Roche chocolates.
Okay. Today I am going to be talking about nothing because I can. And that's okay. I don't know if you can hear it, but Star Wars is going on in the background. Because I like Star Wars. Depending. Prequels weren't that good. But yeah. They weren't very good sci-fi either. Even if they were taken out of the Star Wars universe. I don't know. It's like hit or miss with Star Wars, really. Most of it's miss. Most of it is miss. Alright, so I'm going to talk a little bit about my setting that I'm working on. It's a 6-shooter fantasy as opposed to sword and sorcery or flintlock fantasy. It's basically technology from like up to the Civil War, 6-shooters, trains, there's trains in it, things of that nature, plus a little of the fantastic airships and stuff like that, and mix it with mythological monsters, magic, things like that. So, yeah, plus border towns on the western frontier, and things like that. I actually wrote a short story about one such town called Palisade. And yeah, it worked out pretty good. It was a lot of fun to write. It was like a lot like a western, with cannibalistic necromancers taking the place of, I guess, Indians, but or Native Americans, whatever's PC these days. It all centers around a republic, which is much like the Roman Republic was if it had survived up until the 1850s. So, without turning into an empire or anything, it's a series of city-states united. In the north, although I might change this, is a gate that leads to the under realm place. And by that I mean the lower planes. If you're familiar with D&D cosmology, it's where setting-specific demons are pouring through unabated, where a former demon lord was destroyed. And if you were expecting this to be anything like my other latest videos, I'm sorry. This is totally me geeking out on something that I created. And it may suck. I might have to revamp this entire thing. So yeah, trains, guns, magic, undead, maybe dragons, I'm not sure. Stuff like that. The magic system drains life force and vitality from the magic user. I've always liked that system. Going to probably run a few games in this setting, so that'll be represented by con damage as they physically grow older through the casting of spells. And of course, higher level spells will drain more con than lower level, of course. Don't even know why I had to explain that. I didn't. I should start this video over, but I'm not going to. Undead spellcasters have to use blood to cast spells, and it has to be blood of people they've drained and kept in vials. Most of the stronger undead, like Drek'Tharon, who is a lich, which is one of my main villains, actually has a pool of blood which is added to nearly every day. He's a big bad that worships the god of death, but is ambitious enough to want to replace him. Being the single most powerful being on the planet isn't enough for him. He has to go off into the cosmology. So yeah. The short story in that, on the Western one, is done. I am working currently, I'm about 70 pages into a novel that takes place on the main continent, pretty far to the east of the town of Palisade, dealing with the 12th, which is a branch of the Asandari military, and what's going on there with not only Drek'Tharon, but the little uprisings and rebellions that are going on as the story begins. I kind of started in the middle because I don't know where to even begin to start at the beginning with something like that. I mean, it's like writing about the Roman Empire. Do you start it when the Republic was first formed, or do you start it before, or do you start it when interesting events started happening? Which, whatever. I think I just paraphrased Steven Erikson there. Maybe, I don't know. So yeah, I'm revamping the entire thing, of course. It's a work in progress, and it is definitely in progress. Hopefully. So I need to redo the map as well. Maybe have one of my artist friends help me with it, because I cannot draw worth shit. So yeah, stay tuned for that. I'll have more updates and everything, and I'm working on a website right now for it too. The maps and everything will be up there. Character classes. I'm going to do D20, but Star Wars style with the vitality points, because dealing with guns and everything, if someone shoots in the head, you're dead. So using the vitality points, I think, makes a little bit more sense than typical hit points, which make no sense at all. unless you describe them as near misses, but not everyone misses when bullets are flying. And guns will be doing a lot of damage as well. So probably using armor as damage reduction. So story-wise, so far it's pretty dark, pretty gritty, fairly realistic as far as fantasy can go. So yeah, like, I don't know, people still piss, people still shit, people still fuck. You know, a lot of newer fantasy actually that's been coming out is like this, which, not jumping on the bandwagon or anything, the stories that I was writing 10 years ago were like this. But no more good versus evil. That shit's out the window. Although my villains are pretty fucking evil, most of my protagonists aren't great people at all. So, you know, give and you take. Most of the villains, though, are just people that have been caught up with it or believe in certain things. So, religious fanaticism is definitely there with some. Zealotry. For the common good definitely is there. And then the 12th, who are just following orders from the regent. We'll see what trouble they can get into. Right now I have them going towards a city-state called Tyrus, which is an open rebellion against the Republic, which is right in the Republic's shadow. It's like 2 days walking from the actual capital of the Republic, which is called Asandari. I'm going to do a part 2 of this video, just to get into the nitty-gritty of it. Alright.